So as I mentioned, we can say a good strategy is just about any strategy that moves your business. Kahit ang magandang strategiya ay kahit anong strategiya na nagpapagalaw sa iyong negosyo. Ang bad strategy is doing something unethical and unstable, unsustainable. A better strategy, something that's better than good, looks at where the environment that you can move on. Ano ba yung mga possible openings? Ano ba yung mga blockages? More importantly, ano yung mga traps para naglalaro ka ng chess? So we got good, bad, better. A great strategy also looks at kung saan ka malakas, kung saan ka mahina, ano yung mga pieces, ano yung mga pyesa na pwede mong pagalawin, ano yung mga pyesa na hindi mo pwedeng pagalawin. And we move from good, better, great, and in my opinion, the best strategies interpret how other players move. Ano ba sila? Agresibo, defensive, are they allies or enemies? And of course, lastly, a strategy is only as good as its implementation. So kahit gaano mo pinlansya yung strategiya mo, kahit gaano katindi mo ginawa yan, ilang taon, kung hindi mo rin naman i-implement, wala rin halaga. Okay? So yun, maraming data na kailangan sa isang magandang strategy. Ano yung nasa paligid, ano yung meron sa loob mo, ano yung mga kondisyon. So in this picture, imagine strategy as being a chess player, implementation of strategy. Isa kang chess player. Kung wala kang strategy, you just simply move the pieces forward. Kasi yun lang, kumbaga nakikisabay ka lang. Yun lang naman kung ano nangyayari. Kung ano move niya, you just simply react. You're reactive only to survive or, simply just to move along. Ang goal mo lang is to take down as many opponent's pieces. And if you do it like so, you might never know that you might be entering into a trap. You are careless, that you leave your king unguarded. You lost more than you gained. Kahit ilang piraso ng mga piyesa ng kalaban ang nakain mo pero wala kang strategiya, nagre-react ka lang, hindi mo alam na na-trap ka na pala. Okay? So again, as a chess player, we learn, we watch, we study the masters, but it's important that we also play kasi may halaga of learning and also in execution. Part of making the strategy, as this chess reference, is knowing what, where, who, how, and why to make one. So, like a chess master, who both studies and play, we have to have a plan to either, ano bang plano natin? Kunin na ba natin yung king nila or, patayin ba natin yung rook, bishop, and queen? Regardless of which one is better, importante na may plano ka, lalo na kung papasok ka sa ganitong klaseng kondisyon. There are certain rules in chess, which makes it beautiful. Hindi lahat ng pyesa na may mga every pieces have their own set of rules that you can move, such as business, ba? So, for tonight, we'll make a business strategy for our business. So, tawagin natin ang business natin na TQM Beauty. Sino ba nakaisip nito? From the last meeting to. Sino nakaisip nito? Ah, sino nagbigay ng example na to? Naalala ko lang to eh. Naalala nyo ba kung sino? Hindi na? O basta from the last meeting na pag-usapan natin yung example na TQM Beauty. Okay? Established in 2023 in the business of providing beauty products. Right? So, ito magiging example natin, ha? So, I want you to imagine yourself as the owner of TQM Beauty, where TQM Beauty is in the line of selling skincare products. Okay? Right. So, before we make a strategy, kailangan muna natin malaman kung ano ba ang TQM Beauty. What's it about? Who we are, what we do now, how are we different, and more importantly, why we serve. Okay? So, ito, example lang naman about TQM Beauty. Actually, was established last week lang, pero sige lang, example lang naman to. TQM Beauty established in 2023 as a small business dati that provided resale of Korean products. So it ventured into making its own local products and now it has grown scale to a medium-sized organization. Pag sinabi natin medium-sized, more than ano na to, more than 5 people and to my knowledge, not more than 50. So around 5 to 45. is considered as a medium-sized organization. Siyempre, ito medyo gasgas na. Mission. Importante ang mission. Okay? Mission, just for an example, to provide innovative, high-quality beauty products that enhances natural beauty and promotes self-care. Okay? Mission is what we do, a vision or why we do it. If we have the what, we have our why is to be the leading sustainable and ethical beauty brand in the Philippines, inspiring confidence and empowerment. All right, that's the vision. And of course, we have the mission, vision. Importante rin na ma-identify mo yung core values. Okay, core values, for example lang naman, TQM Beauty is into sustainability, ethics, quality, innovation, and empowerment. So it's important na alam mo kung sino ka. Okay? Kumbaga hindi lang sa business eh. In general life to eh. Knowing yourself is the first step before doing what you need to do and before becoming what you want. Okay? Sabi nga nila, kung di mo kilala sarili mo, if you don't know your values, hindi mo alam kung saan ka nang galing, and hindi mo alam kung saan ka papunta, right? You will be lost. Alright? So, it's important before you make the strategy, alam mo kung sino ka as a person and also as a business. So in business, knowing what the business is about is first. Second is doing the business. And third is becoming as a plan. So far, may mga questions? May mga tanong? So far, so good. React kayo. Para alam ko.
Wala pa.
Wala
Yan
naman.
po, sir.
Wala po.
Okay. Sige. Alright, so now you know what TQM beauty is. Now it's time to know the external conditions like. So gagawin natin to yung sa pinakita ko kanina, it's a 5-step process in strategic management. The first one that we'll do is environmental analysis. PESTEL, familiar ba sa inyo to? Na-encounter nyo na to? PESTEL analysis?
Yes po.
Yes,
Yes
okay.
po.
Good. O, medyo gas-gas na, pero importante to, babalik-balikan natin to. Okay, so mabilisan lang ako, PESTEL analysis. It's a type of environmental analysis. Okay, think of it as we are TQM business, and this is the world that we are operating right now. Okay, so I'll summarize the importance of environmental analysis like this. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Sabi nga nila na failing to analyze your environment is like becoming a master of flying only to realize that you're a fish underwater. Kung hindi mo alam kung kamusta na ang paligid mo, para kang isda na nag-practice paano lumipad only to realize na hindi ka naman lilipad. Okay? If TQM business is a fish, it would concern itself with what birds do. Definitely not. But it would concern itself in how fishes swim. Diba? Simple but true. Okay? For another example, if the environment where you market now do not allow you to do so, then you are doomed to fail. Sa madaling salita, pag bawal yung produkto na gusto mong ibenta at pinilit mo, you are doomed to fail. It may be illegal, it may be unethical to do so, but yun na nga, kung pinili mo, you are doomed to fail. Kahit gaano kaganda intention mo. So it's important that you know what are the external climate that allows it, that permits it. Okay? That's true because, sabi nga nila, not because you have a great product, okay, doesn't mean that it will do good. Hindi porket may maganda kang produkto na naisip na magiging okay siya. Air is good. Hangin is good. And if you decided to sell air, pinapatent mo ang hangin, you privatize it and package it, do you think that society will buy what you sell? Nagbibenta ka ng hangin. Okay? Another one, drugs are profitable. Okay? So you decide to sell them publicly from minors to elderly. Now, do you think the government will allow you to do that? All right? I'm not promoting drugs, but I'm just giving an example of not learning what the pestle conditions are. So, if the environment where you make, market, sell do not allow you to do so, then don't. As simple as that. But we have to know ano ba yung mga pwede, ano ba yung mga bawal. Okay? With regard to the time. Okay? So, environmental analysis means analyzing the environment, the things that are outside of our control, mga bagay na political, economical, social, technological, legal, and environmental, Wala yan sa ating absolute control, but we can have influence towards it. Well, it just so happened that we are not that huge of a business. We're only a player in the game. I won't say na sobrang laking influence natin. So we can change them, but we can adapt to them. More importantly, when we adapt, we overcome, and then we draw out the best in us. Okay. So this is an example of a pestle analysis. Kung na-experience nyo na to, nakita nyo siya, ganito siya. Ah, each of the factors have categories, mga categories within the factors. The factors are political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental. Within those factors, may mga category. I'll just provide this as guide para hindi kayo mawala. Para hindi nyo mamix yung mga laman ng political sa laman ng legal. Okay? For an example, hindi nyo mahalo yung laman ng social sa laman ng environmental. Okay? So we just play it as it is. Okay. So, for example, in political, we have government policies, regulations, stability, tax laws, trade agreements, political crime, and you won't find those categories sa social where it has demographics, culture trends, lifestyles, etc., social attitudes and values. Each of the factors and the categories helps you analyze how the external condition would look like. So in our case, how the Philippines looks like in 2024, because again, we're in the business right now in 2024. So for example, tingnan lang natin ang economic and environmental. In economic conditions in 2024, stable ang demokrasya. There are ongoing anti-corruption efforts, active foreign relations. Compared to 2020, wherein we had a lockdown where there was a recession, people less spending, and it was really a bad time for business. In environmental naman, sa 2024, there's stable democracy, okay? Ongoing anti-corruption effort. Ay, inulit ko na ba? In environmental, there are natural disasters, vulnerability, deforestation, and thing into sustainable development. Again, if we compare that to 2020 environmental conditions, may COVID. Okay, will it be a good time to establish a business right now when there's COVID? I don't know. This kind of man. So, with that, especially if your pestle is updated, having a pestle analysis, you get to look at the environment. Is the situation more water than land? Therefore, should I be ready to run or should I be ready to swim as a business, di ba? So, regardless of how great of a swimmer you are, just to give reference to external conditions, kahit gaano ka galing lumangoy, kung ang environment ay takbuhan, you're just another average runner. Who cares if you're a great swimmer? So, greatness in that sense as a business also comes from knowing the environment from a reliable source, of course. From a reliable source, of course, yun ang importante. You get the pestle conditions, not just from one, as much as possible, you get it from a reliable source. Then, being adaptable and having plans for almost all. Alright, so now we do a pestle analysis for a business. Ito, TQM Beauty in the Philippines, 2024. And pestle conditions for beauty products as of 2024. Ito, okay. Again, this may be helpful. Yes, this is very helpful. This may be accurate or not, but at the very least, it gives us a barometer. It gives us a temperature. It gives us a weather forecast right now. Kumbaga, uulan ba or magiging maaraw? And sometimes forecasts are not accurate, but in my opinion, it's better to have a forecast than having no forecast. Even though if it's only 70 to 80% confident, at least may idea ka ba kung magbabaon ka ba ng payong o magdadala ka ba ng jacket or whatsoever. Okay? So these help us as a business in the strategic level to determine how we will conduct business. Okay? So imagine niyo na itong scenario na to. So kung simula pa lang sa politika, in politics, there's a law between two parties being passed not allowing us to sell Korean products, diba? So, of course, that changes a lot for TQM Beauty kasi nakilala ang TQM Beauty for selling Korean products. Kung may political turmoil between Philippines and Korea, that changes a lot. Another example, if economics shows a high rate of inflation as of 2024 and less willing ang mga tao to spend on non-essentials, okay, that also changes a lot. If the society we belong to, thinks that beauty products are irrelevant, also that changes a lot. And kung may mga technologies in 2024 that make people beautiful, like non-invasive surgery for the fraction of the cost, let's just say may ganyan, na parang isang ganun lang, magaganda na sila. And of course, that changes a lot for our business, di ba? And lastly, if the law does not permit us to sell beauty products, okay, that changes a lot. So, and lastly, kung nga pala kung malapit na katapusan ng mundo, magiging relevant pa bang magbenta ng beauty products? Okay? So, ginagamit natin yung pestle conditions as updated as we can, as timely as we can, to tell us how our business should operate present and how our business can operate in the next upcoming years. It provides a broad approach, no? Okay, na. Okay. Right. So, to succeed on this market, uh, a good strategy, should focus on natural and sustainable product, given this, kasi ito na yung condition ng world. Leverage on digital platforms kasi mas marami ng online. And of course, to prioritize intellectual property kasi as of 2024, dumarami na rin ang mga nanggagaya, di ba? So, importante na yung mga ganitong indicators as part of the strategies. A bad strategy is over-reliance on a single product lang or a market, ignoring the competition and neglecting customer needs. A bad strategy is to feel na okay na, magaling na itong produkto namin. Sabi nga nila, don't get high on your own supply, di ba? So, importante na alam mo na ang produkto mo hindi para sa lahat. Alamin mo kung para sa kanino. Alright? And these strategies can help TQM Beauty to stay competitive, more importantly, to adapt to changing customer preference and maintain profitability. And hoping talaga, ang ating mga kalaban is doing otherwise. They're not taking to consideration the best. Okay? So may instrumento ka, alam mo yung nangyayari sa paligid. Sana hindi ang ginagawa ng ating competition. Okay? Any questions as of now? So far, so good?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes po, sir.
Alright. Di bale, may activity tayo, magsasalita kayong lahat. So, ako muna. Okay, another type of environmental analysis. Mabilis na lang to, Michael Porter's 5 forces model. So, basically, fill in the blanks lang. Alamin mo, as of early, alamin mo sino mga competition mo sa industriya, ano yung threats of new entrants or technologies na pwedeng ma-disrupt yung binibenta mo. Bargaining power of suppliers, mahirap bang ma-produce tong ginagawa mo or madali kumuha ng raw materials, for example. Bargaining power of buyers. Okay, madali ba silang bentahan or they resistance, for example. And threat of substitute products, potential alternatives sa ano nyo. Okay? Pero for this discussion, we'll focus on pestle, alright? Para maging mabilis na rin yung paggawa natin ng strategy. Okay? Right. So ito, gasgas na. So after doing the environmental analysis, we move on to internal analysis. Nalaman na natin yung kondisyon ng paligid. Kilala natin kung sino tayo. Alam na natin yung kondisyon ng paligid. Ngayon, titignan natin yung kondisyon sa ating sarili. Ba? Okay. Internal analysis. SWOT. I'm sure na alam nyo na to. Yeah? SWOT? Aba, dapat lang. Okay. So, a while ago, it was pure external. Again, pasok naman tayo sa internal. This tool, SWOT analysis, is very used. Gamit na for reasons. Kasi it's very effective. It's very simple and it's very effective. A SWOT is a reminder that, before we can master the external environment, we must know ourselves. Sabi nga nila, if you master ourselves, in the end, we realize what is within our control and what is not. Ano yung mga pwede natin bigyan ng pake, ano yung mga hindi natin kailangan bigyan ng atensyon. Okay? So, we can pay attention, to that gives our efforts to what reciprocates. No? But nagsisimula lang to knowing thyself nga. Okay? And there's a reason why SWOT is overused. Bakit gasgas na gasgas na? But the thing with SWOT, even though na alam na, people still mix it up, including me. Okay, minsan nami-mix up natin yung strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Okay, so this is just a quick guideline. Okay, para hindi kayo ma-confuse. Making a SWOT, yeah, ay mga quick guidelines na naman. So I'll provide naman a copy of that. Or, yeah. And para hindi ka ma-confuse, just like the pestle analysis, para hindi rin biased ang ginagawa mong SWOT kasi we do have the tendency to make the best strengths and opportunities without taking into consideration na mahina tayo or may mga threats na sa paligid natin. Okay, you have to involve the right people para hindi ka biased. Sabi nga nila, it's good to have a devil's advocate. Okay? Yung tao na cynic ba, yung talaga, totoo ba yan? Yung may ganun ka sa buhay mo. Pero alam mo, kahit hindi mo magustuhan yung vibes niya, hindi mo siya magustuhan as yun, pamatay vibes ba, yung mga taong ganun may magiging halaga sa buhay. Especially in a business, you should have that business cynic ba. Okay? Kasi in the end, matutulungan ka ng pagiging cynical na tao. So yung be specific, avoid using vague or generic statements. SWOT should be updated. If you can, mag-provide ka ng mga concrete example. Or kung may data, mas okay din yun. More importantly, prioritize your findings. Okay? What I like to do is I like to put yung mga critical strengths, weakness, opportunities, and trends sa pinakaunang linya pa lang. That will significantly impact the business. And SWOT analysis used as a starting point can also be used at the end point of your business. Kumbaga, update, kamusta na? Kamusta na ang business natin as by the end of 2024? So, the goal, if you're using SWOT from starting end to the end point, the goal is to make your weaknesses into strengths and your threats into opportunities in the next year. Okay? So, yeah. Here's an example of the SWOT that we'll use for TQM Beauty that we'll use later. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, as of 2024, being in business for 1 year, this is what we realize as a business. Sabihin na lang natin na may FDA approval tayo sa ating skincare products. So that's a good strength, right? Because other businesses don't. Ang weakness natin is that we have higher price compared to the competition. Okay? There's growing opportunities because tumataas ang demand for natural hair products. And if we're into skin products, perhaps we could move to selling hair products. And of course, threats, this is basic. This is common pala. Intense competition. Okay? So, gagamitin natin tong information na to in making the next course of action. Okay? Right. Tapos yun na. So, we've done environmental, we've done SWOT, we've done environmental, we've done internal. Move on na tayo sa third step, which is goal setting for the business. Gagawa na tayo ng goal base sa ating nalaman sa labas, base sa ating kakayahan sa loob. This applies for both new and continuing businesses. In our case, since we've been in business for about a year, our goal will prioritize how, and where we would look like as of October 2025. So, ano bang pinaka most obvious goal na madalas na ginagawa ng any for-profit business? And of course, that is to increase profit. Okay? It's a common goal. Arguably, lahat ng goal ng isang negosyo na into making money wants to increase their profit, wants to double, wants to triple, wants to quadruple their profit. Okay? The next question is how. That's why we set on the goal. You do a SMART goal setting. Familiar na kayo with SMART goal setting? Narinig niyo na to before?
Hindi pa po.
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa po.
Okay, so SMART goal setting, simple lang naman. Simple lang naman, biglang nagka-table. Simple lang naman kung paano mo isulat. Pero it's just as simple as being specific with the goal, having a measure, okay, kung ano ba yung magiging paraan natin, ano ba yung measure natin para malaman na nagkaroon ng improvement. Ano yung mga actions na kailangan natin gawin to get there? Bakit importante ito? Relevant. Importante rin nandiyan. And of course, time bound. Okay? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Right? So, consider the SMART goals as target setting. Okay, may goal na tayo. Alam na natin yung external, internal. Now, moving on, goal natin is to increase our profits. We do this. Smart goal for the next year. Okay? Uh, what do we want to happen? Yun yung sa specific. Specifically, to increase our profits. Okay? Yeah. Increase profits made from natural skincare line in 2025. Yun ang magiging goal natin. Specific. Importante na specific. You can have many smart goals. You can have many smart goals. But ang importante sa smart goal is that it's specific. Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw kung ikaw ang may-ari ng negosyo, ikaw nagsulat niyan. Ang tanong, maiintindihan ba yan ng mga tao mo pag nilatag mo na yan, pag binaba mo na yan sa departmental level, lalo na sa operational level. Kailangan alam nila kung ano yung magiging goal natin. More importantly, sa bawat parte ng departamento, alam nila yung kailangan nilang itaas. Every departments have their own measurable KPIs. Metrics ba? Okay? Kumbaga sa marketing, ang measurable nila for profit is increase engagement by 100%. For example, sa production, ang metric is increase production by 100% as much as possible, yung mga ganong klase. Okay? So being specific is important and having a KPI, a measurable KPI, is important. In this case, 100% increase in revenue from 2024. Kung ano man ang mapresenta sa revenue generated, okay, kung kinita man natin ay 100 million from 2024, okay, in 2025, we want it to be 200 million, for example. And it's important to know uh, by what we want to happen. Okay, double our revenue base by the end of 2024. And pagkatapos yan, ano yung mga actions na gagawin natin? This might be broad right now in SMART, pero at least nagkakaroon ng idea yung mga tao mo pag nilatag mo na sa kanila. Innovate products, allocate sustainable resources, partner with credible, empowering people, and retail in online space. Okay? Tapos, why is it important? Alright? Because it reflects both the goal, our identity as sustainable and empowered and quality. Empowered organization and towards the quality. Until when? Until 12 months by the end of 2025. Bakit importante na may timeline? Anyone? Anyone? Bakit importante may timeline pag gumawa ka ng plan? Okay? Sir?
Ang try lang po, sir. Para po siguro matrack yung action, if achievable ba siya or kung kaya ba siya sa, ah, kung kaya ba siyang ma-achieve within sa naset po na timeline.
Okay, for the next year. Okay. Sige, tawag ako, Miss Rona. Cold call ako Miss Rona, bakit importante na may timeline kung gagawa ka ng goal?
Para naman po sir yung yung sa ano po, yung ano, kumbaga, para po masunod yung ano po, para hindi po maging kumbaga hindi ma-short, kumbaga.
That's also one. Miss Yuki, ikaw? Ba't importante may timeline kung gagawa ka ng plano? Miss Yuki? Okay.
Narinig po ba ako, sir?
Yes, Miss Yuki.
Hello po.
Yes, Miss Yuki.
Hello?
Yes, rinig ka.
Yun nga po. Importante yung timeline. Importante po yung may madali pong madedetect po or may kita.
Tama. Tama rin yun. At least may gauge ka kung ginawa mo bang plano, realistic ba? Nagawa ba natin in a year? Pero more importantly, because if you have a plan, kung wala ka naman deadline, pangarap lang yan. Gusto ko lang pumayat, yun ang aking pangarap. Pero kung hindi ka mag-set ng deadline, paggalaw lang ng paggalaw yan. Bukas, yun na naman ang plano ko. Next month, yun na naman ang plano ko. Next year na naman ang plano ko. So, by setting a deadline, you know when, where, and how to work on the goal. So, tama rin yung mga sinabi nyo para ma-set natin yung mga expectations natin. The goal has a clear deadline of 12 months. That is the strategy na ilalatag mula itaas, bibigay sa mga departamento, at mula sa mga departamento, ibibigay nila yan sa kanilang mga operations. Okay? So far, naiintindihan natin yung SMART?
Yes po.
Yes po.
Yes po.